What's going on? Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. It's day 31, 334 days to go. What have you been doing? You been doing something positive? You been catching up on some things you're supposed to be doing? Have you been procrastinating? I hope you ain't been procrastinating. I hope you've been trying to get something done, even in your mind. I hope you've been writing it down, and because some things take planning. Some things take time for you to get everything in order. The more you plan, the less mistakes you can make, the more smoother the ride is to reach your goal. The less you're running around unnecessarily guessing about how things are going to turn out. When you have a good plan in place, things, move a little bit better. As the saying goes, I can't remember how the saying goes, something about piss poor planning. And the beet juice. Piss poor planning ruins the process because you rush into things. I know that plenty of times I was trying to move forward to do something, and when I got to that point where I thought I was going to be successful, I forgot a few steps, and I had to double back and do everything all over sometimes, or just like have to go back and admit defeat. When you keep pushing, trying to fix things, that takes more time than it would have if you had it all planned out from the beginning. If you just was like creating steps and asking questions, especially if it's something new that you don't really know about. To be successful, and you have to have a plan. But you can't procrastinate with that either. You can't sit still with that plan. Like I said, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, working on your plan and researching is the same as getting it done. A lot of people don't believe that. However, it's true. So let's say I want to start. Well, I'm actually doing something. So I don't want to get started until I have everything in place. I remember, I think I was talking about how I wanted to go about doing my artwork. So I got a bunch of reference material, and then I have a way of processing the reference material in order for it to be the finished product. So one of those things was I needed a copying machine. So I wanted to buy a copying machine. And you can't be cheap. You can't be half-stepping most times when you're trying to achieve your goal. You got to do what you have to do what's necessary to get it done. If you ain't got but $100 and you can get by with buying something used, that's a chance you're willing to take. Go ahead and take it. But it's been my experience to not take a chance like that. I would always buy something, especially electronics. I would also buy it new, depending on how complex the electronics is and what I'm trying to do. If I'm getting something that's outdated, I expect the results to be outdated, and I can work with that because I'm a creative person. I can make it happen. But I ended up, like I said, putting in the work and looking at what I already have. I was going to throw it away because I thought it was obsolete. But then I started doing the research and finding out that, okay, I don't need to spend the extra. Y'all tripping, cats. I don't need to I don't need to spend the extra money. I don't have to. But if I had to, yeah, most definitely I would have to, buckle down and, do what I had to do. But the fact that I'm planning this whole thing out and figuring out the tools and everything I need without starting, a lot of people say, "Oh, get started," but you can get started on a whole bunch of stuff, and then you're stepping on your own feet because you haven't planned it out. So if you want your product to turn out a certain way, if you have it in your head, you have a little bit of experience, you've listened and watched other people who are successful before you, that people that came before you watch them grow and become successful, and they giving you a blueprint as to how they did it, you can't lose with that. And then if you know you don't have the products, then just wait, and everything will come around the way it's supposed to. But just don't procrastinate, don't waste time on it, work on it every day, even if it's only in the planning. It may take you 30 days to plan something in order for it to work out. You may be able to be make progress, but then you're looking at it like, okay, this is not what I wanted to do. This is not how I wanted it to look out. Like when I started painting and producing artwork and stuff, I would look back and it's like, I need to change it because it's not what I wanted to look like. But I had already finished like 4 pieces, so I was like, well, I'm gonna leave it like this, but the next time I gotta do it like this. I know now when I get ready to, matter of fact, I'm gonna try to set it up either tonight or tomorrow. When I set it up, I know exactly what I'm expecting from what I'm going to do. So I have a process in my head: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to the details. It's in my head. And right now, I'm like, yeah, I got it. I got all my materials together, and I got, all my procedures in my head. And I was thinking like, man, the whole time I was doing this, I could have already got started if I had just done a little bit more research on what the product I need, the copying machine that I have, if it was good enough. Could have found out it was. It's not that big, but it's going to print out the same. It's going to do the job. But I was like, man, I don't want to have to buy another copy machine. I don't have to go through this. I was going to go pay for copies. It's like, man, you really have to think all about the ins and outs of what you're getting ready to do, and ask a bunch of questions. Do a lot of research so you don't fail, so you don't drop the ball right when you think you're ready. You're not ready, so you could produce whatever it is you're going to do in a timely manner and move on to the next project. So I would say plan it out, and I'm talking about the same thing every day because somebody's out there. They need this. They need to hear somebody encourage them, and that's what I'm trying to do. So plan it out in your head. Give it that, even if you're at work on your lunch break, 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, the whole time you're on your lunch break, write down everything you need. On your way to work, pull over, jot it down. While you're at work, have your little notebook in your pocket, pull it out, write it down. If you ain't got time, make time. Make time the best way you can make time. It'll be more beneficial to you to do it that way. That way you never lose a thought. And I would say if you work the type of job where it's going to be an issue, go to the bathroom, pull your notebook out, jot it down on your notebook, and never lose that thought. That might be the vital thing to get you right over the top, push you right over the top so you can get started. And that might complete the process of your idea, and you're like, I got this. I'm ready to get started. I know this is going to be foolproof. I know this is going to be beautiful. So take your time, plan it out. As long as you need, but don't take too much time. But as long as you're putting time into your project and, repeatedly going over your notes, when you're ready to put it into play, you'll put it in play. But like I said, don't waste too much time on that. All right, y'all. I try to shorten these videos up, but I like to talk. And then I don't plan nothing out. It's just, I just do it. So, anyway, remember this, y'all. Today is 2006. It's the 31st day of the new year. 334 days left to go. What you gonna do with the rest of your day? What you gonna do it tomorrow? What you gonna do it tonight? You gonna jot something down, make something happen? Hey, don't waste time, because we ain't got time to waste. Peace.